Hello, folks, and welcome along. We are here with a new league here, first time seen on the channel. We are here with the RIZE Racing League for the Make Your History Season 1 finale here in Abu Dhabi. And this is going to be a first for the channel. We're going to have a 100% race with realistic performance cars. This track here is a 5.281 kilometre, or if that's in miles, that's 3.281 in miles. We've got 2 DRS zones and 16 corners, and the tyres we're going to be using is the C5 soft, the C5 softs, the C4 mediums, and the C3 hard compound tyres. The track is medium abrasiveness. I'll have a little quick look and see. Can I see it quickly? So here we go. We've got standings real quick. So it's Criters on 183 points in first place, and we've got Rise McGurk in second on 138. And oh, looks like we're going already. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're away for the start of this Grand Prix. Looking on, just trying to get everything up here. Seen Stacey Lou managing to get a great start there in that Red Bull, and then little left tap there on the rear of the Red Bull was Verpe in the McLaren, who's went up into first place with Dirty Taffy there. We'll move back there and looking on board there, seeing Dirty Taffy and Malik Khan there going into cheesy peeps, going into turn number 5 there. Sorry folks, just rushing about there. On the look there, Dirty Taffy there looking for the move down the inside, but isn't going to be close enough. Seen a lot of action further back there from the Alpina Evan, managing to get up 3 spaces altogether now. Well, that changes as Buckle is battling back as they're coming out of turn 7, and it looks like Evans managed to get the jump there. Tacey in the Haas looking like they're coming up past, they're up 12 places already. Absolutely stellar driver from the Haas up to now. Looking on board as they're just coming out of turn 9 into sector 3. Oh, see Buckle losing another place there to Sheepers. And Malik Khan up into the league battling out with Verpe. And oh, they both go a little bit wide there on the exit of turn 14. Going into 15 now. It looks like Verpe is the one that's going to have to wait. And Dirty Taffy actually into the pits for a broken front wing early in the Grand Prix. So they are going to drop right down to the back of the grid. And they've got a 10-second time penalty. That is not going to be going good for them, especially in the next stage of proceedings. Looking on right now on board with Evan, and it looks like there was a bit of that front wing of the Haas there of Tacey that just got took from Elpars. And then we'll go to see the Haas moving out the way there just to not cause any issues. One thing we haven't looked at right now is tyre situation. Everyone on the medium compound tyres except from Elpras, Dean, and Captain Jeff looking like he's been overtaken by a couple of drivers there. Is Pierre going to have a look? No, it doesn't look like it, but looking on it is Criters and Deancon. Deancon up into 11th. Captain Jeff now battling with it. The Haas of his Criters now, who's going to be coming out on top. It looks like Pierre's actually getting past Jeff on the inside, going in around turn 9. And who's coming out is the Victor. It's going to be Pierre. Buckle and Dean battling out again, coming into the final section of sector 2. And it looks like Dean's managed to move up into 10th place there. Nicely done there. Consistency of battling here is incredible. Looking on at Malik Khan right now for the lead. And they're getting right up close to the back of Verpe in the McLaren. Looking on at position changes, TC is up 11 places from 18th. Stellar drive there from them. Have they got what it takes to go on and win the whole thing? It's going to be a close one to find out. We've still got plenty of time left. Looking on board, Pacey going for a move here. Is that? Actually, looking on right now, we've seen RIZE McGurk going for the move on El Pras. Are going to be going down the inside. They're going to have the advantage at turn 6, but not the advantage come turn 7. But regardless of that, they managed to get the move done nice and easy, and up into 4th place to go. 7/10 the gap to the Alpine ahead. And then, looking on, we've got El Pras being overtaken by Tacey now. Tacey around the outside. At turn 9, what a move there, and that causes the McLaren to actually go off track a little. Looking on at Sheepers and Benji Bucket going side by side, going into turn 12, and Benji going ever ballsy there with Alpine, trying to get up around the outside there, but doesn't manage to make it work. Now is going to be relentless trying to get past here. They have got will have the advantage of DRS, but so will Sheepers in that RB. They won't be getting any disadvantage. Dean Connor looking right close at the back of Benji there, under a 10th just there. Well, just over a 10th, sorry, for a briefest of moments. Looking at Benji Bucket, are they going to be going for the lunge here down into turn 5? No, it doesn't look like it. We're going to move straight back up to Malikan. Are they going to have the straight line speed to jump out of the slipstream and using that DRS, and now they're jump back into the lead of this Grand Prix? RIZE McGurk and Evan battling out there. It looks like RIZE McGurk has managed to get up the inside, going into turn 6, using that DRS, but is he going to be vulnerable here, going down into turn 9? That is the question, as Evan will have the DRS back, but doesn't have the battery, I don't think. Is he going to go down the inside? Nope. Decides a bet against it, and while that was happening, Verpe did get back up into the lead, using the DRS advantage. Of course, it is a big, massive help. The DRS advantage is it gives you an extra at least 12 kilometres more effectiveness and 12 kilometres more speed. So it is a big advantage. Looking up here, side by side, Bucko and Benji Bucket going around the final penultimate corner there. It looked like it was going to be both of them, and Bucko manages to get up into 10th place, and we've got a retirement. Pierre is out of this Grand Prix, crashed at the final corner, and now Dirty Taffy is going to be happy here, as now this is going to give him a chance to get back up, and its Craters has jumped into the pits. So now we've got a safety car on lap 5. We'll see what drivers are going to pit. So is Craters going on to the soft tyre, the hard tyre, sorry, going long in this Grand Prix. We'll see, is anyone else going to pit? That's the question. They're just coming around turn 7 there. Of course, this track has been on the calendar for 15 years now, of course. In real F1, it's going to be its 15th race, I do believe, coming up at the end of this year, as the first Grand Prix was held on the 1st of November 2009 on this Yas Marina on Yas Island, 15 miles east of central Abu Dhabi. Oh, Verpe jumping into the pit, so we'll get the quick tyre graphic up for you guys so you can see who came into the pits for fresh tyres and who hasn't. Dirty Taffy still trying to catch up, just coming up to turn 6 now. I expect we're going to have quite a long safety car here. Of course, not much of a fuss if it is out a couple of laps longer, because it is quite a long race ahead. Of course, no qualifying, just set grids for the race. Oh, Night Flash lagging. I think, is he? Stacey Lou getting a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Don't want to be doing that too much. So that really does end up hindering your race in the end. Of course, who's at the end of getting a 10-second time penalty? It seems that has been served now. I think that was Dirty Taffy, actually, my mistake. But Dirty Taffy now just coming into turn 5. That's the safety cars now just coming into turn 12 now. So, still got quite a bit of time. Is he even in the race? Yeah, he is still coming. Still cooking it with that Ferrari. So what's happening here with Night Flash? This is quite a peculiar one. They were way up a good few spaces there, a few positions, but now they're way back down into 14th. We'll have a look at positions gained. Deancon up 12 positions. Nicely done. Stacey Lou up down 11 spaces from starting on that pole position. Now down into 12th place. Deancon up into 4th and on the hard compound tyres, so we'll have to be careful of the threat of the drivers behind on the medium compound tyres. Verpe and Fun Destroyers battling it out there and coming to argy-bargy with each other. That was quite a curious one. This is yeah, quite a curious one, I will say. I don't think that's Fun Destroyer's position, but hey ho. So now the safety car is returning to the pit lane. We've got a Mercedes 1-2 right now. Malik Khan is going to be the driver who's taking us away. And we're just waiting, watching that throttle input. And now he's went, there we go, right out the final corner. Verpe's got a 10-second time penalty for a collision with Dirty Zombie there. And it looks like the Mercedes have managed to get away good, but looking on RIZE McGurk not managing to get the best of exits off of turn 1, sorry. So that really hindered them going into turn 2. Looking on at the McLaren of Elpras, looking like they could have a go. Oh, and Verpe right now has got a 10-second time penalty on them soft compound tyres also. So we'll definitely have to do another pit stop at the very least. And let's see, he's going to the inside, going down into turn 6. Is he going to manage to make it work? He's going to be able to get later on the brakes. And we could still see that RB right alongside. And he actually goes off the track there on the exit. But manages to get the place and get up into 7th. We'll go down and see Captain Jeff being overtaken by both the Haas cars there. And now down from 12th to 14th. And is Tacey going to be having a look at his Haas teammate going down into the final of Sector 2, coming down into turn 12. Who's going to be coming out? They're going to be side by side going under the hotel section, and Tacey, resilient as ever, has got the move done. Absolutely spectacular there. Deancon managing to get past RIZE McGurk, and that must have been an error on McGurk's side coming out of the final corner. Ends up losing that 2 positions there, gets a 3-second time penalty. He's definitely flustered right now and will want to try and regain his composure. Now going on to lap 9 after being overtaken a couple of times, looking on at Verpe and Buckle banging wheels there. Who is going to be the one coming out on top? It looks like it's going to be Buckle, who is the tyres aren't really a bother right now. Looking on, Deancon is up a couple of places. Verpe and Buckle battling out side by side, going around turn 6 and 7, and now 8, and it looks like Verpe's managed to get up into 6th place. Them soft tyres are really helping out quite a bit. RIZE McGurk managed to get past the RB that had just overtaken them a few moments ago. Looking on at Buckle, can they be overtaken here by Dirty Zombie? It doesn't look like it, but Sheepers and RIZE McGurk having a right old tussle with each other for that 4th position right now. Buckle losing 2 positions just now down into 9th place. Tacey and Benji swapping places. Tacey is definitely on a roll right now. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. It's a Dirty Taffy unfortunately falling down. Buckle is into the pits now. That must be damage to that front wing of theirs. Dirty Zombie really slow going down into turn 1. RIZE McGurk and Sheepers are still battling it out here for that 4th position, and this is just allowing Molly Khan to pull away after being starting in 2nd place at the restart. Now is battling out for 5th place here as Evan is coming back on the attack. DRS is going to be open for both of them, but we've got a virtual safety card now. VSC, Buckle into the pit, is in the pits. Dirty Taffy just coming down there. How was that caused? That was unusual. I didn't see what happened there. So we've got a VSC for the time being. Molly Khan sitting over 4 seconds in the lead right now over the silver of Dean here, who is going to be coming out on top. We're on lap 10 now, just about to go on to lap 11. Now we've still got 48 laps of racing here. Oh, and we've got a couple of drivers there who got drive-through penalties. We've got Elpras and Stacey Lou both getting drive-through penalties. That is not good, and they're going to have to serve them within the next 3 laps. Got a caution in sector 3. Is that Benji? No, that's further down. Looked like it's Stacey Lou serving that drive-through penalty already. Doing the intelligent thing and getting it out of the way as soon as possible. Tacey and Fun Destroyers battling out. Tacey managing to get up there into 8th place. But hold on a minute, as Fun Destroyer's going to be coming back on the attack on the Haas. It doesn't look like they're going to be getting close enough, but looking further up Tacey's view here, looking like they're going to be going around the outside of Evans, and oh, they end up battering into the back of Verpe. Did they get any damage there? We'll go on board there and look back. Nope, it doesn't look like it. Fortunately enough, they managed to walk away scot-free there and not have any front damage to that wing. Looking on right now, Verpe going around the outside of McGurk here, is it? But no, it has to end up holding off and waiting and staying in that 6th spot just for now. Looking though, Tacey going for the lunge, and there's contact there. That was the Williams of Fun Destroyers going for the move also, and that was a triple. Trying to go 3 wide going into 12, and barely even one goes into 12. So yeah, a bit crazy there. Elpras serving that drive-through penalty now. So we'll see them drop down quite a few spaces. It is roughly about 20 seconds in the pit lane for a drive-through. Benji getting a 3-second time penalty. You know, we'll have a wee quick look at that. So we see RIZE McGurk with 3 seconds. Same with the Benji Bucket, Dirty Zombie, Buckle, Jeff, Dirty Taffy and Stacey Lou. Verpe is one with a 10-second time penalty and going for it. That was an aggressive defence there from RIZE McGurk there. But managing to secure that position just for now. And oh, nice aggressive driving there from McGurk, and manages to secure that 4th position and make sure that it stays his. And now Verpe being overtaken by Evans and the Haas of his Craters. Going up the inside of the McLaren, going around turn 9. And he's managed to make it work. Looking on though at Evans. Are they going to go for the move going into turn 12? Nope, not managing to get close enough. We have seen a good few drivers here in the past go for a move down there the past few laps. Oh, Mali Khan's out. Mali Khan has retired from this Grand Prix. Verpe jumps into the pits and that's out the final corner. And now we're down to 1 Mercedes. 10-second penalty for severe collision with Benji Bucket. And I think that may be Benji's fault. I'm unsure there as he was at the back. So maybe misjudged the safety point. The safety car line, but and again we'll see how things end up faring in the future. So the drivers who did have drive-through penalties, the McLaren Velpers and Stacey Lou in the Red Bull, did actually pit at the right time to get their drive-through penalties out the way. So see Stacey Lou jumping into the pits now. We'll have a quick look at tyres right now and see who hasn't pit. Dean Sheepers and RIZE McGurk still all staying out. Quite interesting that is, I will say. The only drivers who have still yet to pit in this Grand Prix. Hey Benji, just noticed there your message in the chat there. I never haven't been in the chat to be honest, so didn't even realise. But yeah, welcome along, and all those who have joined also. So we're going to have possibly another lap or two of safety car. We'll need to see how things are going to be going. As we do know that Stacey Lou is quite a far way back. Dirty Taffy though has managed to catch back up due to all this, and they will be happy after having a good start to the Grand Prix. Yeah, not exactly the best lap one for them, but did end up starting up in second place, but didn't manage to make much use out of that, unfortunately. And what is happening with Fun Destroyers? It seems to be just keep going off track, and now it's yep. So they managed to stay in their position at least anyway. Also seem to see an issue here with McGurk, and it seems like their wheel is connecting and disconnecting somehow. So when we're going to see the notification for the safety car coming in, I think we're going to be just having to wait for Stacey Lou to get back up to the back of the pack, which are just coming into sector 2 now. Into sector 3, sorry. So there we go, folks. We've got the message from race control to tell us that the safety car is in this lap. And it looks like it's Craters who is in first place right now, and Dean Cons in second. Then we've got Sheepers, Res McGurk, Night Flash, Fun Destroyers, Tacey, Evan, Benji Blocker, Dirty Zombie, Buckle, Jeff, Elpraz, Dirty Taffy, Stacey Lou, and Verpe. Now we're about to get ready to get underway and start racing on lap 17. Now just coming up to turn 15. When is the Haas going to get going again? Let's see. And it looks like they've already went coming into turn 16. Doesn't look like they're going to manage to get a good jump though, as Dean is right on the tail. Only half a car length between the two drivers. And they're going to be going down to turn 6 in just a few moments. We'll see how things are going to go. They're going down into turn 5. Is Dean Con's going to be going for a move? Nope, not getting close enough. Now around turn 5, we've got the RB right behind in third place. Now Dean Con's using a bit of that battery, moves out to the left hand side and is getting past the Haas of its creators going into turn 6, having that inside line. You've seen the Sheepers there having a little look to see if they're going to be able to get a move, but no dice. They're looking on at the Ferrari of Captain Jeff, managing to get past Buckle and up into 11th place, moving up. So Sheepers down 2 places into 5th there after getting it. They've got a terrible launch there out of turn 7. And now is down into 5th place, going further down there, seeing their teammates though getting overtaken there. Dirty Zombie down into 11th. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. Who is that? That's Dirty Taffy, who went off at turn 11 there. Now looking further up here at the drivers near the front. Dirty Zombie getting a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Multiple warnings. DRS is now enabled. So coming out of turn 5, we'll see the DRS activate on almost every car except from the car at the front. Tacey now getting past Fun Destroyers. This Fun Destroyers actually got a broken front wing, it looks like. Does that? No, they don't. It's just very dark and shadow. It is very hard to see some of these front wings, I will say. RIZE McGurk being overtaken by Night Flash. As Sheepard's going to be having a look to peek out of the slipstream for just a brief moment, but no dice. Tacey now getting, coming together there with the Williams of Fun Destroyers. Fun Destroyers makes full use of the incident that has just happened, and now Sheepard's down in 6th place, Fun Destroyers up in 5th, and Tacey being overtaken actually quite viciously here, now looking to try and reclaim a place back. We've got Benji, who is suffering from rear wing damage. We've seen, I think there was a little bit more contact there, and you see Tacey being a little bit careful, trying to just make sure that they manage to get through. Benji, the 2 Alpines of Benji and Evan battling out like crazy there. Coming around turn 15, they're still going to be side by side, and is Benji going to have the inside line going into the final corner? Yes, but Evan manages to seem to get just the same amount of traction. He's going to have that inside line going into turn 1, and to go for the lunge down the inside. And looking on now, it looks like Benji is actually went and dropped back behind Tacey, but Tacey is now off and has retired from the Grand Prix, and we've got a 3rd safety car now. So now Tacey is out of this Grand Prix, unfortunately. So looking on now, see any driver going to jump into the pits for any fresh tyres. Verte on them softs deciding to stay out, and we see we've got Dirty Zombie and Captain Jeff jumping into the pits. Have both got a front wing change? Well, Jeff hasn't. Dirty Zombie, have they got a front wing change? No, just a regular pit stop, jumping in for the hard compound tyres. 12 lap old hard tyres for Dirty Zombie and 5 lap old hards for the others. So that's quite interesting, putting on the old hard compound tyres. Of course, still plenty to go in this Grand Prix. There could still be another safety car, another VSC. You can never know. With these conditions, this track is one of them ones that does end up like to throw a spanner in the works sometimes for some drivers, but we'll see how things are going to be unfolding this evening. We'll have a quick look at the position changes. So the biggest gainer, Deancon, up 15 places. His Craters up 12, same with Night Flash also. So they three drivers doing quite good. Unfortunately, Dirty Taffy and Stacey Lou not having the best races, both down 10 and 12 places. Oh, a little bit of tappy between a little bit of ping pong with the Haas there between the red Silvers. The Red Bulls are not even red. But yeah, looking on, seen quite a good variation of tyre strategies here, mostly mediums and hards. Verpe, the only driver on the soft compound tyres. Of course, this track littered in history. Of course, we've seen some controversial moments happen here in the past, like 2021's big scandal that happened. And yeah, it was quite crazy to say what happened. Oh, Verpe! Did they get hot in the rear from their teammate? Or was that Dirty Taffy? But Verpe has got front wing damage and that is not good. And Stacey Lou has also got front wing damage, so they will be jumping into the pits at the end of this lap. Quite most likely Stacey Lou just getting off and so they could get out of the way. 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. That is quite disappointing there for Stacey Lou. There we go, back underway yet again. We've seen Verpe into the pits now off them soft tyres. And is Stacey Lou coming in? No, Stacey Lou is staying out and carrying on. Looking on right now with Deancon managing to hold on to that lead for now, but that could all change in the closing few moments. Looking on at McGurk right now. Are they at risk of being overtaken here by Fun Destroyers? We'll have a look on. Or are they going to be able to get close enough? They're not using any of that battery, just holding off on it for a while. And I think a lot of drivers possibly are. These Alpines though, just like in real life, these two Alpines going at it, tooth and nail, battling it out. And it looks like Benji has came up the successor in this this battle here. Night Flash being overtaken by RIZE McGurk, and everybody has made a stop in this Grand Prix. So looking on right now, we're seeing that Critters still sitting right behind Deancon, still holding on to that little gap there. Dirty Taffy getting a 3-second penalty. Another one. We've seen quite a few of them pop up. We've seen 7 drivers up to now get penalties. Make that 8, sorry. So quite a few penalties have been handed out up to now, so that could be the determining factor for a lot of drivers, depending on where each other finish. Especially if it's a late safety car at the end, the penalty situation will determine everything. As you could, just for having a 3-second time penalty, you could end up losing quite a few places. And absolutely terrible camera angles. I hate this game for the camera angles. Get off of them. Going the side by side, Elpars and Buckle going side by side, and Buckle hasn't got the DRS, but the McLaren has, and moves up into 9th place. Benji Bucket and Sheepers now looking on both, battling over that 6th position. They're going to be going side by side, going into turn 12. Benji's got the inside line. It's going to turn to the outside for turn 13. Are they going to manage to hold on to that outside line going around turn 14? Nope, it doesn't look like it, and Benji has to yield that position and moves back into 7th place for the time being. Elpars into the wall and now has a spear-like front nose. That ain't going to be providing any downforce. Evans going for that move on their teammate, and just like the Alpines, they're battling each other more than what they should, more than what they're battling the other drivers. But then again, it's all down to them. Who is going to be coming out the victor in the Alpine battle? Is it going to be Benji or is it going to be Evan? We've got about 34 laps remaining to find out. Looking on, Evans manages to get a great launch there out of turn 5, and will have the better run, having a little bit of slipstream there from the RB ahead. And it looks like Evans managing to get up into 7th place there. Looking on at Fun Destroyers battling out Night Flash for the last place on the podium. As things standing, RIZE McGurk got a great launch there out of turn 7 and comes out of nowhere to take that 4th position. But now they're going to be going 3 wide into turn 9. RIZE McGurk is on the outside. On the inside is the Williams. A little love tap and the car goes around. Full Destroyers is almost been destroyed, and he retires from the Grand Prix on track. And that is not a good look, unfortunately. So, fortunately enough, didn't cause a safety car, but ends up retiring from the Grand Prix. So now we're going to be down to 14. Oh, really close there from Benji Bucket, getting a bit much on the a bit much momentum going in. Night Flash has left the Grand Prix, left the session, so hopefully they'll be able to get back in soon. 2 seconds, folks. Oops, sorry folks, Dirty Taffy going wide there at turn 6 and end up losing that position there of 8th place. They have to end up giving it back, and then they'll lose the other place to their teammate, who moves up into 9th position. And Buckle getting a 3-second time penalty there. Captain Jeff right on the tail of Buckle here for this 9th place. Looking on right now, Benji Bucket going for that move, being ever aggressive here tonight, and now moves up into 4th West gets the move done before the DRS is even activated, and this is going to be allowing him to catch up to Evan in the Alpine just ahead now. Captain Jeff and Buckle battling out here. Buckle goes deep into turn 6, and that's compromised his line for the exit to gain that momentum. Who's going to be coming out on top? Jeff is going to be having the DRS, but is he going to make it work? No, it doesn't look like it. Going down into turn 9, he's got the outside line, but is he going to be able to make it work? And there's contact, and Buckle into the wall and smashes that Red Bull up. And now we've got another safety car. So unfortunate here, folks. So yeah, we've got to expect. Sometimes these things do happen, unfortunately, but yeah, seen a few drivers getting penalties and such. Of course, the more longer a session is, the more likely it is these things do happen. Yep, so there we go. Managing to get Night Flash and invite and get him back in, fortunately enough. So that is always good on that part when we're able to get the drivers back into the session. So we should see it at the bottom of your screen in a few moments at the Night Flash has been able to get back into the session. We'll just stay on board with him for now, and we'll see as soon as that car becomes less transparent and we'll stop seeing the track past the side pods and such, then we will know that they are properly into the session. So we're seeing more drivers coming into the pits now. We'll get the tyre model start up right now. RIZE McGurk's still staying out on them hard compound tyres. And if it keeps going like this, then these hard tyres will be able to do them till the end of the Grand Prix almost. So we're going to have a safety car for possibly, most likely, another lap after this. As we're just waiting on some of the drivers to get back and get around. Surprised Stacey Lewis came in to serve that 10-second penalty that they've got. Or if it even came in at all. We've got a broken front wing, I think. Don't they? Looks like it. Yep, I think they've got a broken front end point. Yep, they do. So I'm surprised that the Red Bull hasn't came into the pits just yet. It would be an intelligent thing for them to come in. We'll see. We'll see what they do. so. We've seen some drivers are actually complaining about tyre wear and others not so much. So there we go. We got the notice from the race director to say that the safety car is in at the end of this lap, and we're going to be getting underway racing at the start of lap 30, where we're going to be having 28 laps of racing still to go. We're at the halfway point now, so not long to go now. Alright, and it looks like RIZE McGurk on them old hard compound tyres are going to be leading us away. 15 lap old tyres going on to 16 lap old, and we could say that he's not going to be holding on to that lead for long, as he's got Dean Conn right behind him and almost alongside him. Now that is not allowed. We do know that you're not allowed to be alongside the driver that's in front. Not been allowed to do that for the past couple of years, but now McGurk will be definitely under threat. Now he's got two drivers on the medium compound tyres and a fresher set of hard tyres just behind that. So we could see a change for the lead in just a moment. Here we go. Dean Conn's going for the move around the outside at turn 5, having that superior grip on them medium compound tyres, gets the move done easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and Night Flash has now managed to retire from the Grand Prix, and they've just done it at the side of the track. Fortunately enough, we won't have a safety car, so that's fortunate enough. And Dean Conn being overtaken by McGurk, and now Dean Conn comes back and it retakes that lead again after McGurk going a bit deep into turn 6. Now Critters gets up into second place after that error from McGurk, and now McGurk has been overtaken and swallowed up by the pack already. He's lost 3 places in 2 sectors, so now down into 4th place for the Mercedes driver. Now look further back. Benji Bucket has been a force to be reckoned with here tonight and is looking possibly at a good move here. Oh, and you see the RB there of Sheepers a little bit under pressure there from their teammate, and ends up making an error at the final corner and loses a couple of places. Now down into 8th place now behind Captain Jeff. We'll move further up to his Critters as they look like they're going to be going for a move on the Sauber here of Dean Conn. Now DRS will be wide open on that Haas, coming bearing down on that Sauber and moving to the left hand side to get up into the lead of this Grand Prix. Going down into turn 5, Dean Conn's having a little peek, looking like they were going to go for the move. McGurk now being overtaken by Dirty Zombie going into turn 6, but then McGurk comes back. There's a little bit of wheel clanging there. At 7, is Benji going to be able to capitalise on the little altercation that did just happen? Is Benji going to be able to gain 2 places here? Up the outside, going into turn 9, he's on the hard compound tyres. Is he going to manage to make this work? Coming around, and yes he does. Absolutely spectacular overtake there. Up into 4th place there for the Alpine driver. Right now, his teammate is the next one up. You do get a 3-second time penalty into the bargain, unfortunately, as Jeff and McGurk are battling out there for that 6th position. Now McGurk up into 6th there, getting past that Ferrari. Sorry, protecting his position from that Ferrari of Captain Jeff. Oh, going side by side is Verpe and Sheepers going into turn 1. Going side by side, still around at turn 2. We'll see how turn 3 is going to be ensuing, and it looks like Sheepers has managed to walk away with the lead between the two drivers. Looking on from Dirty Taffy, we've got Captain Jeff and McGurk there battling it out, and it looks like there's going to end up being 3 wide going down into turn 6, but now it's going to turn into 2 wide. Nope, the Ferrari is just way too quick there of Dirty Taffy, Jeff, sorry. And looking on at Verpe going around the outside, going into turn 6 a little bit edgy there, going into turn 7, but looking on now, Verpe manages to get that jump, and it looks like, is that Stacey Lou who's around, or Sheepers around at turn 7 there, and now down into 10th place, quite a way back now for the Red Bull driver, not managing to do the best. Unfortunately, not the best race. Just give me 2 seconds, folks. Sorry, had the night flash there looking for an invite, unfortunately. I couldn't give them one. Looking on though, seen Stacey Lou getting a 10-second time penalty there for speeding in the pit lane, and it's not going well for them today. Oh, Dean Conner being overtaken by the Haas, and Benji Bucket being overtaken by Dirty Zombie, who just overtaken the lap previously. Is he going to try for that undercut there, going into the turn 10? No, it doesn't work, and he has to yield and hold on to that 5th position just for now. Now let's see, we'll go up to Evan here. They've been doing quite a stellar race there, managing to keep up with these drivers on the medium tyres just up ahead, on fresh mediums. So it's so yeah, nice driving there from Evan. Now looking on, Verpe and Captain Jeff, they're battling out, and Verpe getting up into 7th place. Now looking on at the next one will be Dirty Taffy. We'll have a quick look at position changes right now. It's Critters and Dean swapping places there. Now Dean back up into the lead of this Grand Prix. We'll move further down real quick. Verpe not managing to be able to get close enough to Dirty Taffy, unfortunately, just yet. But we could see that is going to happen real soon. They're both on the same amount of life tyres, both on 7-lap old mediums. So we'll see how it's going to unfold. Elpar's there getting a 3-second time penalty. That was a bit lucky there. That it was only a 3-second time penalty, and it wasn't any more. And he is quite a way back, unfortunately, down to turn 5. And same with Stacey Lou, unfortunately, who could almost be a lap down in the next few moments, unfortunately, but we'll soon see if that is going to be the case, as you never know what may happen. As Murray Walker once said, anything can happen in motorsport, and usually it does. So we'll see if that is going to be true tonight. Dean Con's being overtaken by the Haas yet again of its critters. Now let's see, is Dean going to have an answer back for the Haas as they're coming into turn 9? Nope, not just yet. Having to hold out that second position just for now and take it a bit easy. Benji and Dirty Zombie battling out here, coming around turn 9. Benji's got the optimum line coming into turn 10 and now is up into 4th position. Alpine drivers looking like they're going to be scoring quite a whack of points here tonight. Stacey Louis getting another 3-second time penalty, unfortunately. We'll have a quick look at them. Alpers and Stacey Louis both on 19 seconds worth of penalties. Dirty Taffy has had 4 3-second time penalties. We've got Evan and Benji and Dirty Zombie all on 6, bar Benji on 9. RIZE McGurk on 6, 9 seconds for Captain Jeff. So quite a few penalties for them drivers, unfortunately, as of how things stand for now. Looking on right now, Dean Con's going for that move into first place using the DRS effectively. Now looking on at Dirty Zombie and Benji Bucket. Benji being overtaken here by Dirty Zombie, but that could all be a way to change here, as you've got another DRS zone with a different DRS detection point. Of course, we know at some tracks that is only one detection point for 2 DRS zones as such. In Australia twice, where you have it from the start finish straight all the way down to turn 3. And then you've got it again from turn 8, I think it is, all the way down to turn 12. So yeah, it's a bit better here, I will say. You've got to plan your overtakes a bit more effectively. And unfortunately Stacey Lou isn't in the Grand Prix, so can't exactly take their penalties and such just yet. But we'll soon see how things are going to go for them. Let's see, is Evans going to be, are they just keeping up close behind? We'll have a quick look at the tyre situation. 18 lap old hard tyres for the Alpine here. Oldest tyres right now though is McGurk on 23 lap old hard compound tyres. So the tyres are almost gubbed at this moment. In other words, fried, and just time for them to go for the bin soon. But we'll soon see how things are going to be faring for them hard tyres. Owen Sheeber's getting a 3-second time penalty. The only drivers not to have a time penalty right now is Verpe, Dean Con and it's Kreiters. So quite a few drivers, they're going all out. But unfortunately, some of them going a bit too all out and exceeding track limits a little. And of course, if you do that too many times, you end up with a penalty like it's such. Where did you see the black and white flag there? And we see all these drivers here, unfortunately. Sheeper's getting his first 3-second time penalty. Benji getting another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Looking on right now, of course, I think it is actually 4 warnings in this. I'm unsure, maybe some drivers could possibly confirm that for me at one point, but right now, Benji being overtaken there by Dirty Zombie, and now he's got the McLaren of Verpe, who has actually been quite quick here tonight. But they're just ever so desperate to try and get past that Alpine of Benji Bucket. But unfortunately they're just not able to do it just yet. Now the Artho, as Benji goes off track there, goes a bit wide, and coming out of the final corner and loses that position to Verpe. Dirty Taffy getting a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits again. And there we see RIZE McGurk jumping into the pit lane and getting on a fresh set of medium compound tyres. Are they fresh set? Yes, they are. So we'll see how the tyres are going to be faring for them in the next few moments. As Critter's going to be able to get a move done here on Deancon, taking the most inside line as possible. May not be the quickest, as there we go, we see him jumping into his slipstream, and that speed is just insane how quick that is going to end up, how it ends up changing. Verpe not managing to be able to get close enough to Dirty Zombie just yet. And now Benji Bucket has actually lost a position to Dirty Taffy here, who is going to come out victorious here. Oh, Benji getting a bit too much on the throttle, and it looks like they're under the pressure right now, want to get as much done as possible. And Verpe gets their first penalty here. And is Benji actually got front wing damage? We'll soon find out as they jump into the pit lane. So the only 2 drivers now who don't have time penalties is Criters and Deancons now. Only drivers who don't have time penalties, so fair play to them for managing to keep it within the white lines. We'll go further up and we'll watch Deancon. They're going to go for the move. They're not using any battery here. So they managed to make the move nice and easy, but Criters could be looking on and going for that move as they're coming down into turn number 9. You see Verpe getting past the RB of Dirty Zombie, and also as Criters managing to get past Deancons back up into the lead. Walk up there from Dirty Zombie there, you don't want to be doing that too much. End up with them tyres like 50 pence pieces, and braking on them would end up just making it worse and worse. Of course we see it in real life when you brake, and the walk up then as it goes on more and more, then you're more and more likely to walk up as the tyre ends up developing a flat spot, and yeah, that ends up just messing the tyre up completely. Is that the hard tyres? Yep, hard tyres going on for Captain Jeff until the end of this Grand Prix, 17 laps. He came into the pits 5 times in this Grand Prix. As Criters now gets passed by Deancon. 2 seconds, folks. Oh, it looks like Criters managing to get past Deancon's, going back up into the lead yet again. This bunch just battling out like crazy for this lead, and both of them are just as desperate as one another to be able to get up and get the win here. Oh God, just having to put that in the chat real quick. The streams as Buckle is watching along right now. We'll make sure to get the little chat up here so that if anyone is watching along at home right now, you can feel free to fire a comment in. And if you enjoy this type of content, please feel free to leave a like, possibly share it with your friends, and it'd be much appreciated if you guys would subscribe. It helps me out so much, and could help me get content out there more for all you folks. But right now, looking at Deancons, he's not going to be close enough to make a move just yet. Benji getting the fastest lap of the race. Now Deancons looking like they can be going for the move going into turn 9. They want to get it done as late as possible in order to have the best opportunity to pull away. Now Deancons using that DRS, goes up the inside and gets that move done before the braking zone and up into first place yet again. It looks like this is the only battle that is on the go at the moment. Everyone's sort of spread out a little. Of course, Captain Jeff was within 1 second there of McGurk there, but unfortunately with being on them old hard tyres, that isn't the best for them. No, we'll just keep on board with this Haas, and Deancon here battling out for the lead as they're coming down into turn 1 on lap 43. Only after this 15 laps left to go, so not too long left till we find out who is going to be standing on that top step of the podium and who is going to be on the second and third step, and it's going to be quite an interesting one. And judging by the way things are going right now, Deancons and Critters are definitely going to have one of the top 2 spots. Looking on right now at Critters using that DRS effectively in the slipstream. Are they going to be moving to the inside? Nope, they're going to be waiting patiently and doing what Deancon's done just the previous lap. No, it doesn't seem to be. Critters staying exactly where they are for the time being. Is it Albert here? No. So there we go. Looking on, there's only one at the moment. We'll have a look at the leader. Unfortunately, that doesn't really change much. Now, is this going to be a time where Critters is going to be able to go for a move? As we've just seen Deancon going a little bit out of shape there, coming out of turn 16, getting a little bit wavy there, and getting sort of like a slalom going on. Evan jumping into the pit lane. What are they sitting on? They're sitting on 6 seconds worth of penalties. Looking on right now, Critters ever close to the back of that silver, doesn't want to use that battery as little as possible. Captain Jeff getting a 3-second time penalty. Looking on at Critters right now, using that DRS and the slipstream, not using much of that battery as of yet, just sitting close behind and not going for that move just yet, just wanting to keep that window open for them to get that little bit of a chance. They may just sit behind for the next few laps and just hold off nice and steady for now. And one question that I want to know is, are these drivers going to be jumping into the pits at any time soon? Let's see, is Critters going to have an answer for Deancon this time? They're going to be going for it. The one battle that is going on right now is Sheepers on Evan. Evan just ended up pitting and reapplying them hard compound tyres that they came off of just recently. And let's see if the hard tyres are going to be working out for them. Looking on, Dirty Zombie has come into the pits. Is this for damage, or is this final pit stop? I think it is, because judging by them being on them medium tyres for 18 laps, jumping onto the red World Pirellis and possibly going for that fastest lap also in V-carb. that Honda powered Red Bull 2.0. I mean, can't get any more obvious now than RB, Racing Bulls and Red Bulls. It's a bit too close, I will say. I mean, mind you, it did end up being called Toro Rosso, which is just Red Bull in Italian, if I remember right, which is a bit of a weird one. But looking on it right now, we'll have a look at Benji, who's on them 10-lap-old mediums. Dirty Zombie getting past Jeff there. But right now, we'll have a look at Benji. Are they going to be able to get close enough to Sheepers? They've got the DRS, so they're going to ball it down the inside. Nope, not doing it this lap. It looked like they were going to be going for it, but decided better against it for now. But wait a minute, going into turn 12, going down the outside. Ever ballsy Benji there. What a move there from the Alpine driver, now moving up into 5th position. The medium tyres have still got plenty of life left in them. And that just goes to show that Benji has still got plenty of skill left there in the tank, and I reckon could possibly end up with a lot better result if they didn't have that 12 seconds worth of penalties. Looking on at Dean Cont now, being overtaken by its critters, sorry. And is Dean going to be coming back or just sitting ever patiently? We will still see. No, he's going to be waiting behind. And just being patient with that, not wanting to go for the move just yet, not wanting to push too hard and use up all that battery that you don't want to be needing to use up if you don't have to. Sheepers looking like they were getting quite close to the back of Benji, but ends up having to yield as they went in a bit too deep and now lost a little bit of time. 8/10 the gap now to Benji, half a second between the top two. 13 seconds is the gap from Verpate to Dean. Are they going to be able to pull that in? Are they going to be jumping into the pits and getting off them tyres and possibly going on to a different set? I'm unsure how long these medium tyres are going to last, so we could possibly end up seeing some more pit stops in the near future. Sheepers going off track there at turn 15. Welcome along to all those who are still with us and those who have just joined us. Looking on right now at Dean, and oh, that was a big lag jump there. Oh, getting ever close, the pair of them. Craters is going to have the DRS to manage to keep up and get that little bit of a boost back. What? So Craters was in the lead the whole time. What? Virtual safety car. Who is that? That is who has caused that? Is it Stacey? No, it looks like it's Elpars, who's got a broken front wing. It appears that they possibly crashed at the final corner. Stacey Lou taking advantage of this now, using this time to get rid of that 10-second time penalty, and then they'll be able to get on their way racing again. But of course they need to get rid of that front wing also and get on that fresh one. Looking on, Dean jumps into the pits now, whereas Craters stays out. Verpet stays out also. Is this a clever move here from Dean Cont? Dean Cont not got any penalties now as of yet. Jumps in under VSC conditions, is able to go as quick as he can around this little section. Not going to be able to catch up to Verpe, but will come out in 3rd place on fresh soft tyres. That was quite a good strategy, and I'm actually surprised that Craters didn't jump into the pits. So now the order has changed up, and Verpe's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC, and that is not what you want, especially in such a late stage of this Grand Prix. That is absolutely disgusting when that happens to you, unfortunately. And there we go. Unfortunately, that is the realism of Formula 1, as we see Dean Cont now gets past. No point in fighting for Verpe, as they're just about to go and jump into the pits and serve that drive-through. Of course, not able to make a pit stop and change tyres. You're just going to have to drive straight through the pit lane and have them tears just roll down your face as you cross where you should be pitting and jumping in usually. But unfortunately, you're going to have to keep going, and it's going to be a pointless drive-through for a big mistake, unfortunately. So Verpe now serving the drive-through for the McLaren as he goes past and lets out a little weep of them seeing them fresh tyres there, fresh Red Bull Pirellis, and he can't put them on just yet. Looking on Stacey Luke jumping into the pits now. Did they have a drive-through? Nope, they're just coming in to serve some penalties, I think. Oh no, they did have a drive-through penalty. My mistake, folks. Looking on to this battle for 4th place between Dirty Zombie and Verpe now. Dirty Zombie on the fresher tyres. A quick look. And it looks like Benji Bucket is the one who's got the fastest lap of this Grand Prix still. Now let's see, Dirty Zombie is going to be looking on, and this could be the perfect opportunity for them to go for an overtake here, as them old medium tyres are not going to be working well with Verpe on that McLaren, but Dirty Zombie not pushing hard enough. Looking on right now, Dean Cont getting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He is determined to pull that in. 12.4 seconds sits the gap. We'll see that fall real quick, lap after lap, possibly even quicker and quicker. Dirty Zombie, a little love tap on the rear of that McLaren, and still manages to maintain their momentum and carry it on though for both drivers, which is fortunate enough. Benji into the pit lane now. And didn't they just come in, or have they got they need a front wing change? No. Oh, they are needing a front wing change. So unfortunately, a lot of drivers here going through quite a lot of front wings and costing their team quite a bit of money. Dirty Zombie there getting past Verpe and up into 4th position. We'll have a quick look at penalty situation right now. Dirty Zombie quite a way back off of that in the penalty situation. 12 seconds the penalties that they have accumulated over the course of this Grand Prix. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get much out of it, but looking on, Dirty Zombie battling out with Verpe and now getting back up into 4th position. Looking on at Dirty Taffy, got 24 seconds worth of penalties. Fortunately enough, at this rate, we'll still manage to get a couple of points at the very least, or a point at the very least, but we'll see how that is going to unfold. Dirty Taffy jumps into the pits, and this is a lot of the time that a good few drivers are going to be trying to steal the fastest lap of the race. Now we'll see who's going to be able to steal the fastest lap of the race. Evan and Verpe and Dirty Zombie here battling it out for that 4th position. Having a quick look at the penalty situation though. Verpe is actually the one at the advantage here. course, with only 3 seconds worth of penalties, 6 seconds for Evans and 15 seconds for Dirty Zombie now, unfortunately. So they are unfortunately racking up all of the penalties. All those who are watching right now, please like, share, subscribe, much appreciated for all of that. It would really help out a lot, help the channel grow, and even put more stuff on for you guys in the future. Evan though battling out with Verpe and not managing to carry momentum and get through on turn 1, but I could see that all change. This is the battle here for 4th place on track, minusing the penalty situation at the moment. As you know, that this could all change, and if Verpe could gain another 1.5 seconds, it could end up getting on the podium. But looking on right now, he's got a battle on Alpine coming up into turn 5, and he's going to take that inside line, and there was contact there between Dirty Zombie and Evan, and it looks like it manages to get away with it, not in terms of damage. But then looking on at Evans, is he going to be getting close enough to go for a move? No, he isn't. So he has to settle for that 5th place. But excellent move there on Verpe to gain that position. So we've seen a lot of these cars spread out. Deancon sitting at 5.9 seconds, the gap to the car ahead. And it's actually just sitting there. Sounds a bit weird. There we go, it starts to move there. We know how sometimes these games could be a little bit glitchy in terms of their times. As you can see down at the bottom there, it's not even changed really. Welcome along those who are just joining us. It is lovely to have you along. Feel free to fire a comment in, as we've only got just over 5 laps remaining. And it looks like Evan going for that move quite early, trying to get past before the DRS zone, and he gets the DRS and now moving up into 4th position, having 6 seconds worth of penalties though. He needs to get that 3-second gap to Verpe behind. Is he going to be able to do it? He's not going to have many laps to do it. Dirty Zombie, however, their tyres are looking at the moment, they're on 8-lap-old tyres at the moment. They should still be good for now. And Dirty Zombie into the wall, and that is not going to be working out for Evans now. Or maybe it is. It's now Verpe has got a 4-second gap now between Evan and Verpe, and Evan is going to be absolutely buzzing with that at the very least. It's now that gap is ever increasing, and now Verpe is going to be jumping into the pits and jumping onto a set of soft tyres and coming back out in 8th position. Oh no, they're going to be carrying on with it. That is actually quite interesting, as it is quite severe damage, I think. And you need quite a lot of front downforce, and there we go. Both end plates on that McLaren are gone, so that's getting virtually no downforce on the front end of that car, unfortunately. We've seen 6 cars retire from this Grand Prix up to now. Oh, we'll go down to Dirty Zombie jumping into the pit lane. We'll go fresh softs for them. Sheepers. See, are they going to be going for a move here, going down into turn 6? Nope. But there we go, Verpe now ends up being overtaken by Sheepers. That front downforce not doing them any wonders whatsoever, and now they're going to be end up getting swallowed up by Captain Jeff, who's going to increase to decrease the gap between them. Look at that, how quickly that was. They gained like 5 tenths there, just in that one corner alone, and they're way to gain a lot more in these next couple of corners. And it's that Verpe's going that slow that Captain Jeff is literally pushing the car of Verpe along and trying to get past. As you can see how slow they are. And now Captain Jeff could go for a move. It would help them ever so much, but this is holding, Verpe is holding Captain Jeff up and not making anything easy here for the Ferrari. Let's see, are they going to be able to get the move done going down the start-finish straight? Verpe's heartbeat will be going like crazy right now, defending like his life is on the line, and if he can manage to stay within 12 seconds of the car ahead, he could manage to procure that 6th position at the very least. So we'll see how that is going to go. Benji Buck again, a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Verpe managing to hold on quite nicely to the back of Captain Jeff, but it's really in the second half of the track that they are losing out considerably, especially at this hotel section between turns 12 and 16. And well, we arguably say turn 9 as well. Not able to carry that momentum that was needed. Now we'll go on board with Dean Conn, as they are sitting 1.3 seconds away from the leader of his critters. Now it's within 1 second. Them fresh red walled Pirelli tyres proving to be quite the excellent strategy here, as now he's caught up with only 2 laps remaining after we cross this line. Is the Silver driver going to get it and come out with the victory, or is Critters going to be able to hold on them very, very old medium tyres? We'll soon see, as we're just about to go on to lap 27, the penultimate lap of this 58 lap Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the season finale. This has been one spectacular Grand Prix. We had 18 start this Grand Prix. We've lost 6 drivers up to now. Now Dean is looking on at taking victory here in the season finale at Abu Dhabi. They're going down the inside, going into turn number 5, and there to go into the lead. They're going to have the DRS also. Is Critters going to be able to come back and do anything about it? They're going to be using that battery? No, they're not. They're just being ever patient. They could be able to get that overtake done on the final lap, depending on if Dean Conn doesn't manage to pull away that quick or not. It's just all going to depend on that Silver driver. Only 2 drivers who have not received a penalty here tonight, folks, and who are still in this Grand Prix. Looking on right now, Critters going for that move down the inside, going into turn 9, but Dean on them fresh softs has the grip and ever perfect form there. It gets around the outside and manages to maintain that position of first. And now Dean could pull away here. We'll soon see position changes. Dean up 15 places from 16th on the grid. Now on to the last lap, Critters. This is going to be their last opportunity to go for any sort of move. Dirty Zombie into the pits now after being a lap down. Not going to be able to get the fastest lap in again, unfortunately, or not going to be able to get a fastest lap in, unfortunately, as we will be as we are on the last lap. Now Critters not managing to be able to get a good launch out of that final out of that zone there of turn 5, so DRS not being very effective. Now looking on, is he going to be able to get this move done here? This is going to be his last overtaking opportunity, and you can bet that the Silver is using up their battery also. No, they aren't. They did a wee bit, but then Critters not managing to get close enough to go for the move here. Evans and McGurk swap places, but I don't think that's going to matter much. Oh, yes, it is, because they're both on 6 seconds worth of penalties. And it looks like Evans in the lead of this little duo here. And is McGurk going to have the answer to come back at them and go up the inside going into turn 9? Nope, they're going to have to be careful and just wait and look for that opportunity and try and force it. Dean Cons manages to come across the line and win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the season finale. Now we just wait and see if Evan is going to be able to manage to maintain this lead. And we see the Mercedes of McGurk is all over the place there, trying desperately to try different angles, as they've only got a couple of corners left to go, and now they're going to have to give it up and yield and accept that 4th position. Unfortunately, so close between 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 4th. Ever close between them. Sheepers coming across the line now. We've got Dirty Taffy and Verpe battling it out. Verpe having that front wing damage, but Dirty Taffy having the time penalty of 30 seconds, so it's not going to be too much of a bother. Is Verpe going to be able to get this 6th place and jump ahead of both of the Ferraris? And he goes wide on the final corner. Let's see, crosses the line. Did he manage to get that done? We'll soon see in just a moment. He managed to get 7th place, so I don't think he managed to get it, just not enough. Captain Jeff getting the driver of the day, but I've got to say, it looked like, unfortunate, poor strategy. The Alpines were doing really, really well, I will say. But Kreiters and Dean were just in a class of their own here tonight. After getting first for Deans and Kreiters in 2nd, and Evans managed to put in a nice performance there and get 3rd place there, and just managed to get it over McGurk by, I think that was, what, about half a second? Just over half a second. So, nicely done there from Evan. 5th place, 4th place McGurk, managing to do quite nicely, getting up 5 places. Of course, we've seen Dean coming up 15 places, and Kreiters up 12 places. Sheepers in 5th, came up 1 place. Nicely done from them. Captain Jeff up from 13th to 6th. Then we had Verpe, who had a very challenging race, and especially in the last 10 laps there. Dirty Taffy in 8th, unfortunately getting plenty of penalties, 30 seconds worth. Then we had Dirty Zombie, who ended up a lap down. Was going for that fastest lap at the end, but was unfortunately lapped. Benji in 10th. Then we had El Pars, then Stacey Lou in 12th. And then, unfortunately, not managing to finish the Grand Prix, we had Night Flash, Buckle, Fun Destroyers, Tacey, Malikan, and Pierre. So, they unfortunately did not finish the Grand Prix, and that is the end of the season 1 of Make Your History here with RIZE Racing League here at Abu Dhabi. Absolutely spectacular race from everybody, and we've seen Benji there getting the fastest lap, also a 1:24.814. So, brilliant race out there, very different from whatever else I've commentated on in the past. Of course, we've seen it was a 100% race with no qualifying, so it was very interesting, I will say, to say the very least. But until next time, which will be back at the start of September, I do believe. So from me, until then, it is peace out. But I will be back on Thursday for more streaming content. So it would be appreciated if you could stick around for that on Thursday. Of course, I stream multiple times during the week, Thursdays, Saturdays and Mondays, and also now Tuesdays. So be excellent to see you guys jumping into the chat for then. Until then, it is peace out from me.